idea capture. How do you do it? Are you a notes guy? Are you a iPhone notes? Do you maybe we avoid naming like specific software too much.
Sure.
I mean, we've mentioned like Milanote, but capture. How do you capture? Like I said, I love legal pads.
Yeah.
And I have little notebooks and a space pen that I carry with me at all times. And it's in my pocket. Sometimes I'll go a week without using it. I have one in my nightstand.
Yep.
I've got, paper all over the place. I'm a paper guy.
I go back and forth.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, what's the thing I can grab right now, or maybe there's a little bit of like, what is this idea associated with? So if an idea is associated with my YouTube channel, I tend to go digital with that.
Interesting.
I know, because I think with the YouTube stuff, it's weird because like I get really inspired with creating my content around, an educational video, a tutorial, right? And it's not a lot of artistic creativity, that sort of aspect to it, even though, sometimes I'm goofy or I, kind of mess around with the form a little bit, but it's, fairly straightforward technical information.
That's fascinating though, the capture, the medium of expression influences the capture medium.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
It could be, and I think because this goes to execution, and I know we touched on that a bit ago and are going in this path, but for me, I think with the YouTube channel, it's a greater reality that it will turn into a video because it's essentially my full-time job.
Yeah.
And it has commercial results that are connected, which is a whole other conversation where so much of my decision-making on the artistic creative side has been influenced by the commercial viability of something.
Right.
And that we'll save that for another conversation. But then when it comes to the things that are more, this has no connection to like making money or earning ad revenue or getting a sponsor. And it's just like my sort of the creative self-expression that I'm interested in, the Fireworks project, screenplay ideas that are, now that I'm not like pursuing screenwriting commercially, like to like earn a living, I get ideas for stuff, little funny bits. Like I still take notes on little stand-up comedy bits that I think would be funny because in a past life or earlier in my life, I really went hard on stand-up comedy and improv comedy and all that. So that stuff I tend to write on scratch paper, moleskins, legal pads, whatever I can get. And I do have digital, like a notes document for like movie title ideas that might then like spawn a movie idea and then, movie ideas. So it'll be interesting just to wrap up with photography. It'll be interesting with photography. Like, how do I figure out how to document the ideas there? Because like with the fireworks tent idea, and I talked to you just about like going out to the racetrack in this small town in Iowa, dirt track racing, and just doing a documentation of that.
It's funny about photography. Just
like, I don't need to write it. I don't need to write it down.
Act
like
is the capture of the idea, right? The act of like to document the idea of taking photos of a fireworks tent. You just because for me, it's the notation is the photography.
Well, and the idea is this is a thing I'm curious about. This is the place where I would go to do it, and I'm not going to sit there like get photos of
fireworks.
Like people in the stands,
things that you could photograph.
That's the beauty of photography to me, at least the photography I like to do. I get an idea about a setting and a lifestyle, a world. And I go, I'm just going to go to that world.
It had been a golden afternoon, and I remember having the familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the sunrise.